Throughout history, great minds have thought up theories to explain the world we live in. Some are well known, like Darwin's theory of evolution, but others are not so commonly known, and yet they can be terrifying. So join us as we count the 10 scariest theories known to man.
Number 10.
Fermi Paradox. Let's assume we have an anthill in the middle of the forest, and right next to the anthill we are building a 10-lane superhighway. And the question is, would the ants be able to understand what a 10-lane superhighway is? Would the ants be able to understand the technology and the intentions of the beings building the highway next to them? Now, imagine that we are the ants and the higher beings are the humans building the 10-lane superhighway. The theory that it's not that we can't pick up signals from space using our technology, but we can't even comprehend what's going on out there or what they're trying to do. It's so beyond us that even if they really wanted to enlighten us, it would be like trying to teach the ants about the internet.
Number 9.
The Great Filter. The Great Filter is a theory about why the universe seems so filled with potential for life, and yet we haven't been able to find any outside of Earth. It states that somewhere between pre-life and advanced civilization that can colonize other planets, there's a great filter that stops them and ends life. This means humans fit into one of these three scenarios. 1. We're rare, meaning we've already passed the Great Filter, unlike other civilizations on other planets. 2. We're the first, meaning conditions in the universe are only now life-friendly, and we're among many on our way to the capability of colonization. 3. We haven't hit the filter yet, meaning we are pretty much screwed. If this one is true, it means finding life or proof of life on Mars or Europa would be awful news, because it would almost certainly mean the filter is still ahead of us instead of behind us.
Number 8.
Brain in a vat. This one reminds me a lot of the Matrix. The theory goes like this. The brain is the origin of all consciousness, and it operates on electrical impulses, meaning external stimuli can affect the way the brain operates, and any external stimuli to the brain can be simulated to a degree that the brain cannot distinguish these simulated stimuli from the natural stimuli. Basically, your entire existence could be a brain in a jar, being fed false information for your entire life by an external source.
Number 7.
False vacuum. In essence, this is a scientific hypothesis that our universe is in a false phase state as part of a larger universe, meaning our universe is only temporary. Imagine a pot of boiling water. According to this theory, our universe could just be a bubble forming at the bottom of the pot. Eventually, that bubble has to pop, and everything we know in our visible universe will disappear in an instant, no warning, and there's nothing anyone can do about it.
Number 6.
Higher dimensional beings. Imagine a 2D game, let's say Super Mario Bros., just because that game was awesome. Anyway, if you were to stare at Mario from the third dimension, he wouldn't be able to see you. Looking down from the top or in from the sides, he would have no clue that you are there observing him, since he has no comprehension of the third dimension. Now, on that same note, imagine a 4D being looking at us in the same way as we are looking at Mario. These beings could be right next to us, but we wouldn't have any way of telling, unless they wanted us to. Pretty creepy stuff.
Number 5.
Roko's Basilisk. As artificial intelligence starts becoming prevalent in our world, this theory will become more and more relevant. Roko's Basilisk is a theory that says an all-powerful future artificial intelligence may punish those who protested against or even simply did not assist in bringing about its existence. Imagine a future Skynet, but they only punish those who opposed the idea and those who did not contribute towards its creation. This theory goes further, saying that merely by knowing about the theory, it incurs the risk of punishment. So, unless you want to end up tortured by robots, you better start donating towards their development. And it's all my fault that you know. Sorry.
Number 4.
Terror management theory. This theory suggests that everything we have ever done, do, and will ever do is motivated by a fear of ceasing to exist. Culture is just a shared delusion to mitigate our fear of things we cannot understand and that we will ultimately die. It makes us want to imagine art as being timeless, or placing value in family lines and offspring, to project ourselves beyond death. The theory states that everything, including our core values as humans, family lines, political structures, and religious faiths, only exist because we're terrified of accepting that we will die, and after that there will be nothing.
Number 3.
Quantum suicide. A man sits down before a gun, which is pointed at his head. This is no ordinary gun. It's rigged to a machine that measures the spin of a quantum particle. Each time the trigger is pulled, the spin of the quantum particle, or quark, is measured. Depending on the measurement, the gun will either fire or it won't. If the quantum particle is measured as spinning in a clockwise direction, the gun will fire. If the quark is spinning counterclockwise, the gun won't go off. There'll only be a click. Nervously, the man takes a breath and pulls the trigger. The gun clicks. He pulls the trigger again. Click. And again. Click. The man will continue to pull the trigger again and again with the same result. The gun won't fire. Although it's functioning properly and loaded with bullets, no matter how many times he pulls the trigger, the gun will never fire. He'll continue this process for eternity, becoming immortal. Now go back in time to the beginning of the experiment. The man pulls the trigger for the very first time, and the quark is now measured as spinning clockwise. The gun fires. The man is dead. But wait, the man already pulled the trigger the first time, and an infinite amount of times following that, and we already know that the gun didn't fire. So how can the man be dead? The man is unaware, but he's both alive and dead. Each time he pulls the trigger, the universe is split into two. It will continue to split again and again each time the trigger is pulled. This thought experiment is called quantum suicide.
Number 2.
Transcension Hypothesis. A theory that helps to explain the Fermi Paradox, the Transcension Hypothesis proposes that once civilization's intelligence reaches a certain point, they can create microscopic technological singularity, thus creating a black hole and leaving our visible universe in order to continue their growth of complexity and intelligence. Developments in astrobiology make this a testable hypothesis.
Number 1.
Sixth mass extinction. We are currently living through what many biologists consider to be the sixth mass extinction that the world has ever seen. This is going to be an interesting puzzle for the species that comes after us. It wasn't until around the year 1800 that humanity reached a population of 1 billion. After thousands and thousands of years. In the 215 years since then, the world population has increased to over 7 billion. That exponential growth has a very large and long-lasting negative effect on our planet, and it will continue to do so until we reach carrying capacity or die off.